and I used to spend a lot of my time Googling about career opportunities and, what I could do, what would give me the most money, and where I could be the most successful, and what would really make me feel like I'm doing something. So this field of data science kept popping up. They kept talking about how it's the hottest job of the 21st century and how there's like unending scope to it. And I kept searching, and that is where I decided I want to pursue data science. And I did my 12th, 11th, and 12th grade in Symbiosis as well. So I was very aware of the brand and how good they are with their faculty, their programs, especially the reputation. And of course, as we all know, Symbiosis is a brand, so you can never go wrong with the university. That is why I chose SSPU. And especially because of the great importance that they place on practical learning more than just theoretical learning, which I think is very rare given India's education system. I know it's changing, but I think SSPU are the pioneers in skill-based education. So that is why I chose SSPU. Now, I'd like to start with a really interesting quote that a friend of mine keeps telling me about. Statistics is like lawyers. What they reveal is suggestive, but what they conceal is vital. I think that's a very light note to start our presentation with. So I'm just going to go over what I'm going to talk about exactly today. I'm going to start with explaining what exactly is data science, because these days everyone keeps talking about DS, ML, AI, throwing them around like there's some buzzwords. But I don't think many people actually know what it means and what it can do, the potential of what it holds. Then I'm going to talk about opportunities, that is the market for this field, and use cases, which domains it's used in, and etc. etc. And then I'm going to talk about AI, machine learning, and deep learning, the meaning of these words and the distinction between these fields. As I said, these are buzzwords. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about our university, the course, and as well as opportunities for further study as well. So, as I said, when I was Googling back in my 12th grade about what career to choose, this article by Harvard Business Review kept popping up, which called data science the most attractive job of the 21st century. So, I will not lie, it certainly is. And it is rightly said that data is the new oil. Now, of course, data holds a financial prominence and influence in today's economy as oil does. But there is the relation is drawn with a very interesting point that just like oil, data in its raw crude form is quite literally useless, because you can't really draw any insights from it. But when data is processed in the right way and the right techniques are used on it, it's clean, analyzed, then the insights that you can draw from it are, I'd like to say, invaluable, because we live in the data age, in a data economy. So, coming to what is data science? Well, I'd like to start by saying that data science is an interdisciplinary academic field, because many components are used in this field. So, that uses statistics, scientific computing, algorithms, mathematics, visualization, etc., to extract knowledge or to make sense out of the raw data that is noisy, unstructured, and structured data as well. So, for example, when I like a post on Instagram, or when you like a post on Instagram, when I search something in Google, when I type something, when I post something on Facebook, that all is data. So, data that is unstructured data, that is in form of text, images, reactions, comments, YouTube, the videos that are uploaded on YouTube. So, all of that is unstructured data, right? I mean, it doesn't really make sense when you say, I'm going to derive insights out of someone's comment. But when you get that in an organized way, when you store it in the right databases and you analyze it properly, that is when you can derive insights from it. I mean, that is why when you search, say, bags on Google, the next day you start getting targeted ads about bags on your Instagram. So yeah, and also it is data science is a field that is going to revolutionize every industry. So may it be the fintech revolution, the AI and healthcare revolution, academia, government, politics, anything. Whatever you think about it, data science is going to revolutionize it. Now coming to so what I'd like to really emphasize on is that, as I said earlier, that DS is an interdisciplinary field, and I believe that there are four main pillars to this field. So the pillars being math and stats, computer science, domain knowledge, and communication and visualization skills. So first and foremost, I'd like to start talking about domain knowledge, because that is something that is ignored by most tech professionals out there. Because we all focus on coding and we know how to do Python, we know how to do stats, we know how to use R, Tableau, and everything. But I think where most aspiring data scientists lack is that domain knowledge. Because think about this, you have all the tools and technologies to solve the problems, but if you don't really understand the domain as to what problem you want to solve, then I mean your skills are really worthless, right? Because you don't understand the problem, you don't know how to use those tools, and you don't know how those tools are going to help you solving the problem. So it is critical to understand the data, what it means, and how to use it, right? Forgive me for the disturbance. It's raining, so I can't really help it. But I'm just going to continue. Then math and stats is extremely essential, right from basic mean, median, mode, and average, skewness, kurtosis, the basic stuff, up to building complex algorithms and manipulating data. So in math and stats, I think stuff you really need to focus on is statistics, I think all of it, but math and stats, especially linear algebra, vectors, and all of those stuff, and as well as calculus. Then coming to computer science skills, I think you should really focus on programming, RDBMS, algorithm designs, and various other softwares like Tableau, R, SAS, Power BI, and the technology is changing every day. So I think computer science is one pillar of data science that you should be learning about every day. I'll talk more about that later, but yeah, this is just the overview. And then communication and visualization skills. So I believe that communication skills are the biggest asset that any person can have ever. Because you might have a plethora of knowledge with you, but if you can't really communicate it to people around you, to in an organization, in your own business, then I think you're not going to get very far. Also, in an organization, you're going to be the data scientist, but at the same time, there are going to be many other business professionals who do not really understand the technicalities of data. So it is the job of a business analyst or a data scientist. No, not a data scientist. It's the job of a business analyst to really make sense of the analysis and explain it to the consumers in a easy way, in an understandable way. So yeah. Now, please read the quote. I think it's very interesting. Big data is like writing a research paper. Everyone talks about it. Nobody really knows how to do it. Everyone thinks everyone else is doing it, and everyone claims that they are doing it. So that's what the trend is right now. Every company, every sector wants to leverage data, but they don't really know how to do it. Anyways, coming to a more serious note, I'm going to talk about three main biggest use cases of data science that I think are very prominent. And but I should hide this, yeah. But these are just few of like infinite applications of the field. So I'm going to start with banking and finance. Data science is, I think, banking and finance was one of the first fields where data science could really be applied, because it's finance, especially, is literally numbers. And when you get loan data, stock data, all of that, that is, you can really, put machine learning algorithms on it, and you can use it to assess someone's credit score. You can use it to assess the risk of a portfolio, etc. So the applications are endless. So some of the notable applications are risk assessment and fraud detection, like I said, algorithmic trading. That is, I think, one huge way to make money, because algorithmic trading is you make a machine learning algorithm and it automatically trades for you. You set the buy price, sell price, etc., and your life is easy. Then portfolio optimization, customer segmentation, fraud detection, and credit scoring and loan approval. Coming to healthcare. Well, as we all know, healthcare is like the most important thing for us to live, right? Because without the healthcare sector, what are we even doing, right? So DS is also revolutionizing healthcare and making it way better. So there are various algorithms that help or diagnose. They look at scans and they can diagnose it even better than experienced doctors can. Then it is really used in drug discovery and development. Also, it is used in vaccination studies like analysis a lot. So COVID-19, as we all know, it was a great pandemic and the vaccination literally saved all of our lives. But yeah, Then predictive analytics for early detection, personalized medicine. These are also other use cases of data science in healthcare. Then coming to social media, sentiment analysis. I think this is something everyone will be aware of because we keep getting targeted advertisements, we get content recommendations. So for example, something that's relatable for all of us, when we open our Instagram, we see our explore feed, right? So everyone's explore feed looks different. Mine totally has only food pictures because I'm a big foodie, but someone might be interested. This person is interested in football, I should put football posts on their explore feed. Well, hate to break it to you, but it's all data science. Coming to job roles. Now, this is something that will interest all the aspiring data scientists out there because data scientist in itself is just one role under the umbrella term of the field data science, because there are various other roles, job roles that are available and that hold equal if not more importance. So it's the pyramid starts with data infrastructure engineer, which is basically collecting data, and data engineer, that is basically collecting, moving and storing the data. It starts from sensors, external data, to like data engineering, like creating pipelines, ETL, ELT, data storing, etc. Then comes the job of a data scientist and analyst who perform like uh, who apply various algorithms to the data, analyze it. A business analyst is someone who translates all the analysis to other people in the organization. So it is less of a technical role. It has more to do with both business as well as tech. It is basically understanding the tech and explaining it to the company. Coming to data scientist, I think that is a role where you have to make your own algorithms, and it is more of a thinking job. And then coming to the most elite or the cream of the cream part of the pyramid is the machine learning engineer. Those people work greatly in AI and deep learning. So more on that in the coming part of the presentation. So I have made a demarcation between data scientist, engineer, and analyst. So many newbies really confuse the term or use it interchangeably, like scientist and analyst. So those are really not interchangeable because they perform extremely different roles. And yeah, so the skills required to be a data scientist are, like I said, math, programming, statistics. They are your holy grail. If you master these three fields, then you're a great data scientist. If not, God help you, right? Um, then comes, so basically a data scientist will use statistics and machine learning to make predictions and answer key questions. A data engineer, like I said, will build and optimize the systems that allow data scientists to perform their work. So without a engineer, a data scientist will never get the data, right? So, and without a data scientist, all the data that an engineer has collected is useless. And data analysts will deliver value by taking data and communicating the results to make health business decisions. So without the analyst, there is not going to be any business impact of whatever analysis that is performed by the engineer and the scientist. So no role is better or worse than the other, just that every job role performs different functions and requires different skills. So it's all about what skills are you good at, what do you enjoy doing, and where do you see yourself. But I feel like you really have to be clear from the get-go as to what position you aspire to be, and accordingly build onto your I won't say resume, but I'll say skill set, right? And yeah, going ahead to buzzwords of AI, ML, DL, and DS. AI stands for artificial intelligence, ML stands for machine learning, DL stands for deep learning, and DS stands for data science. So these terms are used interchangeably, but they are very, 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 very different. But at the same time, they are all encompassed in each other. So think of it like a group of concentric circles where data science is the broadest and it encompasses the other three fields. So don't confuse between them, but at the end of the day, more or less, they are related to each other. So I'm going to start with explaining what artificial intelligence actually is, because I think that has created the most hype in today's world, especially after the advent of ChatGPT. I think everyone uses ChatGPT in some or the other way. So I'm sure you're keen to know what exactly AI is. So the whole point of AI is to create intelligent machine that can simulate human thinking and a machine that can make human decisions. And for example, a self-driving car, right? That is a great example of AI. You're literally simulating how a human brain works, and you are training a machine to think on its own, and it makes decisions for you. It performs tasks that require a brain of a human, but it's just a machine. For example, a very simple application of AI would be speech recognition, um, all of that, right? Or even like any kind of robo, a surgery robo, or like say a robo that serves you burgers in a restaurant. All of that is AI. Coming to machine learning, machine learning is a subset of AI that greatly focuses on creating algorithms and statistics models, which allow systems to learn from data and make predictions or decisions without being programmed. So I think machine learning सबसे ज़्यादा is used in forecasting. For example, you give your ML model a large set of stock data, and that data is analyzed, and then the model can forecast the stock price for you. It can help you make some money, etc., etc. Yeah, and ML tends to deep learning, right? So one cannot exist without the other, like I said. Now, deep learning is even a subset of machine learning. It focuses on mimicking exactly how a human brain works. So in our brain, we have neurons, right? So in deep learning, we have artificial neural networks where we mimic the human brain structure to learn and make predictions or decisions. And the deep stands for there are multiple layers in the network. So it's not just one neuron, like I say, an artificial neuron that is making a decision. The deeper the network, the more the layer, the more the complexity of the algorithm. So at the end of the day, you just have to choose the fine line between complexity as well as precision, ease, and faster computation. So I think all of those are really advanced topics, but yeah, that is an overview of what deep learning is. And coming to our favorite, data science, as I said, I'm not going to keep repeating it over and over again, but it is just used to extract insights from data, and it is the umbrella term for all of these fields. So great. So now I have covered up what the field is, what it holds, etc., etc. So I'm going to talk a bit about my university, that is SSPU, and the course and the faculty. So first of all, I'll start by talking about the faculty, because I think it is very, very, very rare to find such friendly, helpful faculty, who will really pay individual attention to every student, despite there being a batch size of 75 plus. But and also, at SSPU, all of the faculties, especially in Department of Data Science, they're so qualified and so good at what they do. So, and we have specialists for every field. One faculty who is specialized in ML, DL, AI. One faculty is specialized in Java, data structures, and all of those things. And one faculty that is focusing on IWT and web development and coding and all of that. So I think also the course that the BSc at SSPU is so well designed, because it starts from the grassroots level. In your first semester, you have subjects like math, stats, C programming, C++, Python, basics, and then it builds upon that, and then it goes to, in your second year, you have ML, you have DSA. No, DSA you have in your first year. Then you have AI, like introduction to AI, and then like data visualization. And then in your final year, you have really complex and insightful subjects like advanced AI, advanced ML, and stuff like that. So I think the course structure is so well designed that whether you want to be an analyst, scientist, ML engineer, you have something to take away from the entire course. And one advice that I'd really give to all first year, second year, third year students out there is that make sure every subject that you learn at the university, you make the most of it. You attend your lectures every day. You maintain a good rapport with the faculty, because at the end of the day, the faculty is your biggest mentors. Like, I completely owe whatever I know about data science to my faculty. So, yeah. Coming to global opportunities. Well, as we all know, the field is advancing and there are multiple opportunities and it has huge potential for future growth. One thing I'd really like to tell you, as since we're in the tech sector, the most important thing for us to do is learn, unlearn, and relearn every single day. Because new and new technologies keep coming up, old technologies are out of date, and we can't say 10 years from now that no, I studied Python in my undergrad, so I don't think I want to learn new programming languages anymore. Then you'll be obsolete, because despite a lot of marketing hype, big data and analytics are here to stay. Despite people creating ruckus about अरे chat gpt हमको replace कर देगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा. You just have to be ahead of the curve, and that requires learning, unlearning, and relearning. um, Now at this point I'm also going to talk about opportunities when if you want to apply for a master's abroad. And I'm also going to talk about a bit about placements because I was the placement coordinator for my batch. So I'm going to start with placements. I think especially at SSPU, really good companies keep coming. This year we had companies like DE Shaw, Medline, Bosch, Price Labs, etc., which were offering quite attractive packages. One advice that I'd like to really give you all is that please focus on your coding skills, your mathematics skills, because those are skills that are really tested by the companies. Once you pass your aptitude tests and interviews and you get the job, it's like it's a really good thing, right? Like all the 3 years of effort that you've put in into your BSc, you bear fruit of that. But if your basic concepts of math, stats, and coding are weak, I think the most important thing that one should do is polish these skills first and then build on it, right? Also, coming to masters abroad, well, nowadays there are MSc data science masters in every country of the world. Um, I chose UK because I mean I really like the country and I wanted my masters to get done in a year. But there are various other countries. There are many opportunities in the US, in Canada, in UK, in France, in Australia. Not just that, even in East Asian countries. So one advice I'd give to all aspiring abroad master students is that around your second year, you should start researching about which country you want to go to. Now, which country should depend on how much money are you willing to shell out. That's the most important thing. The post study work visa that the country gives. So for me, when for my batch, the United Kingdom will be giving 2 years of post study work visa. So for me, that seemed like a great return on investment. But these immigration laws of countries keep changing, and please avoid a country that does not give you any post study work visa, because we invest a hefty amount, and we really want to make some of that back, at least in that country, for a while. So you start with affordability, you look at universities, you look at their entry requirements, if any exams like GRE etc is required, you start preparing for it, and then you have to take LORs from your professors, you have to write your SOP, and I think you're good to go. So that is the whole process. So I'm going to end my presentation with a funny quote. It is easy to lie with statistics, but it's hard to tell the truth without statistics. So basically, you can manipulate the data to show whatever you want to show, but when you make a claim, it is not really given any weightage to unless it's backed with data. So yeah, thank you so much for your time. This is the end of my presentation. I am open for any questions that anyone might have. Um, I think we're done with the presentation. No one has any questions. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. I hope you were able to learn something from whatever I had to share. But I hope you had a good time. Thank you so much, ma'am and Symbiosis, for giving me this opportunity.
Uh, Thank you. I would like to share the link for all of you to put down your attendance, those who are present over here. It's a request. Just give me a second. Let me just enable you all to.
Ma'am, I don't think anyone is from the university, so
They
attendance.
all can share, no problem.
Okay.
There is nothing that they cannot share. I think name, phone number, and this one, the organization or school's name, that
Okay, ma'am.
everybody should be able to share. We are not asking anything personal. Yes, if anybody wants to ask any personal question related to the course curriculum or how the faculty are, and you want me to like leave the meeting, please feel free. Otherwise, if you have any other queries regarding anything, you all can unmute yourself and ask questions. Very interactive template and material. Okay, you, Sarah, this is um compliment for you, your
Thank you so
presentation. And
much. Thank you. Thank you,
but
Arun.
I'm very proud to say that whatever we have taught, she has really presented it very beautifully. um, Little bit of corrections that we have AI in fourth semester, to be very specific. DSA is there in the second semester, and stats and maths is there throughout all the semesters. And one has to be extremely punctual because we are very friendly as a faculty. We extend all the help, like the student is here, we are okay with extending any help beyond the classrooms, beyond the college timing also. But we are particularly very strict with the discipline factor as well as the regularity in your studies, because that is something we would like to imbibe within any student who is an alumni from our organization. So it's very important to be regular with your curriculum, with your, be honest to yourself, be honest to the thing that you have taken up. So if you have joined the organization, the institute, the course curriculum, definitely it involves a lot of money factor from your parents, from there are a lot of things, like you just don't end up into a course curriculum out of nothing. So it's very important that you should be honest with yourself and the time and effort you are implementing, or you're investing over here. So, yes, I think I can see a few of the hands up. Krish Bende, if you have any question, please unmute yourself and you can ask.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, you're audible.
Good afternoon, Sarah.
Good
I just had a
afternoon, Krish.
question. Yeah, I too am from a commerce background, and since it's commerce, we weren't taught calculus that deep as much as the science students. Like the trigonometric function and stuff. I think they were opted out. So would I be missing out? Do I have to? Should I
Um,
bring that up right now before college
see,
starts?
I don't think you need, ma'am. Please correct me if I'm wrong in this, but I think the more math is that you need is related to linear algebra and vectors and all. But if you feel like you are missing out, you're falling short, learning more about the about math and all will never like not benefit you. So if you're not confident about your mathematical knowledge, you should go ahead, but I would personally recommend you to focus on topics like linear algebra and basic calculus. So yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
I can add a few things over here, Krish. See, what I can share from my own experience is something that it's not necessary that what you have learned in your 12th standard is enough for you to take it and stretch it out throughout the entire curriculum of BSc, right? If I would see multiple students over here, there are multiple people who do not have any skills. It's about coding. Okay, so 6 months of coding skills of C does not make them a great programmer, or not knowing may not stop the opportunity for them to become a good programmer. So there is always an extra room in which we call as a self-learning or upskilling or benefiting out of learning, right? So learning is something you should always imbibe, you should always follow. It's okay if you have not learned in 12th standard, but that doesn't mean that you will never be able to, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it? If
Right.
like somebody will say I cannot do it, then in that case the progress or the improvement that you can show in your future, in your life, even not about even in studies, if you tomorrow, if you go and land somewhere in your job prospects and you say that I have never woken up at 6 o'clock in the morning and you have a client meeting, does that mean you will never be able to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning? Seriously?
No, ma'am.
Definitely, if there is a need, you will have to imbibe that, right? So if
Right.
you see that there is a need of you to learn beyond the box or something beyond that you have never learned it as of now in 12th up till now, then it's always okay to go ahead, talk to your teachers, talk to your friends. May not be friends. I don't agree with the fact that you should talk to your friends about your like shortcomings. The teachers are the best people who can help you and guide you rather than your friends, right? So we are here, you can take help of the teachers, you have a conversation with them, you have your mentors, we have class coordinators, we have class mentors, you can go, you can interact with the teacher, look where you are falling short, you can like work out with them. We have extra skilling sessions, we have Saturdays, we have remedial classes. That's a different thing that students, they generally are so overconfident throughout the entire course curriculum, they don't turn up normally, but it's always a plus point to turn up on those Saturdays. We recommend that students should come up, work out, you make use of the most of the Saturdays which are given as a remedial classes or revision classes or anything, and make the most out of it, and not sit at the end point of time just before the semesters that I have not learned it. That doesn't help, right? So it's always
Right.
a good thing. That's the reason I say it's important to be regular. Unless and until you are regular, you do not identify where you are falling short. And once you do not identify, you will never be able to get the time to get that improvement thing done,
Right.
right? So
Yes,
Also,
ma'am.
this is all. Yes,
yeah,
Sarah.
I'll also like to add up on the point that ma'am said. So, Krish, as you say, we people from commerce background, I don't think we fall short in math and stats, but I really fell short with programming in my first year. I remember going to ma'am in my first year telling her, ma'am, I really don't know how to programming. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but the faculties, as ma'am said, the faculty is super helpful, but at the end of the day, the ball is in your court. It depends on how much you are willing to learn and learn extra. So if you are from a commerce background, then you have to say put in 5 times more hard work than your peers in the starting who are from a science background. But trust me, that hard work will obviously pay off. So don't feel like you're any less or anything, but just, I
Right.
mean, go for it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so
You're
much, ma'am.
welcome. You're welcome. Anybody else having any other question? Okay, great. So, thank you so much, Sarah, for giving the talk. And I think you are the perfect person the students can reach out to whenever, because, had you not been there, this question wouldn't have popped up to me. I'm sure Krish wouldn't have given me this kind of question. Then, ma'am, what will happen if I'm falling short in maths? Or there might be a couple of students who will ask me this question, ma'am, I never had a computer in my school career. Will I be able to make up with? I think like couple of students from your own batch come down to me. They don't flare very good grades in a programming background, and they give this lame excuse that, ma'am, I was not having computer in my school. That was not my choice when I was in 10th. That was not my choice, and then when I was in 12th. So, like these are all excuses. I feel these are all excuses because when I teach, when we teachers, we start teaching from 12th, had programming mandatory criteria or the prerequisite, it would have been mentioned in our eligibility criteria. If it is not mentioned in the eligibility criteria, it means it's okay. If you are not aware about it, we are going to teach you from scratch. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter if you do not have a programming skill. It doesn't matter if you do not have something that you feel is like, we all have our own skill set where we are very strong in, where we are falling short of, and it is our responsibility to figure out where we are falling short and like that. There's nothing that can stop us from going ahead in our life. So, with this, I would like to conclude. Thank you so much, Sarah, for spending this amount of time. And it's a request to all of you to please put down your attendance sheet. And if in case you have any other queries, you can get back to me. You can get back to the department. We are all there to help you out. In due course, we'll be more than happy to extend our help to any of the students who are attending the session. With this, I'll conclude and regard my vote of thanks to Sarah. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
Sarah.
much. Thank you. Thank you. It was
Okay,
great.
and wish you all the success and all the best in your life and career.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity as well.
The pleasure is all ours. Okay,
So,
see you then, everybody. Bye bye.
yeah.
Have a
Bye.
great day.
Ma'am, where do you put in the attendance?
Actually, I have shared it in the this form. I think I have shared it in the form. Yeah, there's a Google form. Just check it.
Just a second. I don't really see it in the chat.
Once again, I am sharing.
Okay.
Are you able to see now?
No, ma'am.
Ah,
Mm,
okay. Have you opened your chat?
yes, ma'am, I have. Through Microsoft
Okay.
Teams, right?
Yeah, it's like wait, it is doc.google forms. Not a very small link. It's quite big one, and I can
It's a,
see one response. Let me see if I can shorten it up.
ma'am, if you can share your screen,
Aha,
and then
just
I
a
can just take a
second.
screenshot from there.
Okay, just a minute. I'm sharing it again in terms of hyperlink. Can you see that? Sarah, you have another question. What are your views on data science being used by AAP government?
Well, I think every political party has started using analytics in some or the other way. And if you have the data, analyze it, leverage it. But I think ethics is also very important in this field. So it should be done in an ethical manner, not to manipulate anyone or anything. But I think it's completely fair to, advance with the technology.
It is that our government is becoming technically sound. That is what I would say. And
Yeah.
it's better. I think now it's high time that we can even think of, collecting these kinds of data through a secured platform, which will make the data more authentic and secured. That is, if the government is implementing that, I'm not aware about whether the data, the measure by which it is being collected, it is secured or safe, or how far it is great. So, like if they are like implementing all security measure, which I'm sure they are, then It's a very good, like our government is being technocrats, and we should be proud of it.
Yeah. Hope that answers your question. Thank you.
Krish, did you found the Google form?
No, ma'am.
Oh God.
Be sorry.
It's okay, no problem. You do one thing, you share with me your email ID. I'll share it with you over there.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Ha,
I'll just put that.
Alright.
chalo. Okay, see you everybody.
Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much, ma'am. Thank you everyone
You're
for
welcome.
attending. Thank you.
If anybody has these interesting questions, I'm more than happy to answer. And I think so even she will also be
Certainly,
feeling
yeah.
very happy. You know, this shows that our field, our domain in which we are, it is actually being recognized. It is being implemented by multiple government sectors. Because first we used to think that data science padke we will all only and only work in Google, or we will only work in America. So if this is a crisis in America, then who is going to give us a job? Will we be able to earn our bread and butter or not? But it's not true. There are a lot of market opportunities in India. Indian market is opening. Technology is we are getting sound, and we are becoming better and better in terms of technology. So I feel that we are going to create so much of huge opportunity that people will won't have to be dependent on America or UK or USA to get any sort of a job. We will be able to give them a good opportunity with the equal amount of money that they can earn in any other part of the world. That is what we are looking for, and I'm sure India is going to achieve that very soon. We are going to be global talent in next few years, and let's hope for the best for that.
I
What
think
are
there's
your
one more
views on
question about
AI replacing?
AI
Yeah,
replacing
okay,
data.
this is an interesting question. I would love to answer. Sarah, would you like to take it up? What are
Ma'am,
your
I'll
views
just give
on?
my views, but I'd really like to hear your views on it as well, because it is a question that I have been tackling myself.
Okay, your views on AI replacing data science. Krishna, AI can never replace human. It can mimic human in a mechanical way. Okay. But the utilization, always remember, humans have created AI. AI has not created human, and it can never be. Vice versa. So it's a myth that AI is going to replace human labor. AI is going to replace this. AI is going to replace that. Unfortunately, very fortunately speaking, AI cannot replace anything. AI can help human in making mundane work faster, smoother, easier, so that human brains can be invested in something better rather than those mechanical work. Right? Google or the Google Maps can show us the route from one place to the other, which has always been there throughout all the life. Right, route that is going to take me from Kothrood to whatever what Pod Road. That is not going to change. It will always remain the same. AI is only going to show me that route in a faster and efficient way. Right? If I want to create another route, that is humans who can create. AI will not be able to do that.
Also, I'd like
I
to
hope
add
that.
that, AI will certainly make tasks easier, as ma'am said, mundane tasks. Also, I think as even in the industrial revolution, what happened that people who couldn't keep up with the technology, they were left jobless. But if you're ahead of the curve, if you're on the other side of the curve, and if you know how to leverage the tools properly, I think no one can ever replace you, because that human touch is always required.
So creating new ideas, thinking something new, thinking out of the box, this is something only humans can do. So
Yeah.
as I said, humans have created AI. It is never a vice versa, and it can never be a vice versa, to be very honest. So what you do, your AI can mimic that.
Ma'am, it says
I
there's
hope
only
it
five
satisfies your
minutes
question.
left in the meeting. So I think we should conclude now, or else the meeting will abruptly end.
Okay, chalo. See you. Thank you so much for your interesting questions. Um, yes.
Thank you,
No
ma'am, for
problem.
once again.
If we will have another alumni talk with another alumni of our own School of Data Science, in that you can join us and you can post more questions. I'll be more than happy to answer all of your queries. And I'm very sure you will be very happy. You will have certain takeaways. I will also have certain takeaways. It's always a win win situation by these kinds of meetings. With this, I would like to conclude. See you, everybody. Bye bye.
Thank
Have a
you,
great day.
ma'am. Have a
Bye
great day,
bye.
everyone.